I threw in that Formula One intro for a sec there. I apologize. I cut it real quick. That could have just been an ad. I'm a dumbass. Okay. Now, a word from our sponsor. Really awesome. Anyway, check out my new podcast called This Week in Formula One. That's the little racing car thingamajiggy. Yes, I've started a Formula One podcast, basically. I talk about Formula One. 24 episodes a year. We're in episode 5 at the moment. But anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about why we're here. Let's talk Netflix's intense, action-packed thriller directed by Gareth Evans, starring the great, the powerful, the talented, the awesome Tom Hardy. He stars as a detective who's caught in some sort of brutal crime web filled with corruption and bits of survival, near life death situations. And if you're looking for a film that delivers bone crushing fights, like skull cracking type of fights, relentless pacing, and a lot of dark, gruesome, grotesque scenes, I think this is the most grittiest atmosphere you'll get, because this one has it all, fam. It has it all, and it has father love and romance a little bit. Those moments. It has a few emotional moments, so it makes it nice. And the whole show stems from corrupt police officers, corrupt syndicate, or I don't know if I could say Yakuza because they never mentioned Yakuza, but we're just gonna throw the name of Yakuza name because there's a bunch of Asian Japanese fellas in it. I think they're Asian. I think they're Japanese, yes. Anyway, let's just descend into the story of the most chaotic film I've seen in a long time. Of course, the story follows Tom Hardy's character called Walker, Detective Walker, who's a hardened cop indeed, who gets pulled into a dangerous situation, basically. First, let's talk about the background of the character, why the way he is. I'm spoiling a bit of stuff, so I apologize. My man goes into a horrible deal where they're trying to make a quick buck, where he and a couple of other cops end up killing or witnessing a cop killing basically an undercover cop, and that puts a wedge in between them, and because of that he becomes just a different person, and that makes him not flashy. He's rugged, he's tired, he's exhausted, he's a horrible father, almost seems like he's a horrible detective who's making corrupt business deals with politicians. He's bribing judges and prosecutors and stuff to get politicians off the case of crime for dealing drugs and being involved. So it's really chaotic. So the story really starts off. We've done with the character of the detective, background of detective. Let's talk about where the story starts. The story starts off with this character, or this individual called Charlie, who's caught in a crossfire between a Korean drug syndicate, anyway, or a Japanese drug syndicate. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just say an Asian cartel, Asian mafia. Let's put it that way. And he's basically sent, Charlie and his crew are sent by this Asian fella to steal some drugs. And there's these police officers who's supposed to steal the drugs off these guys, but they end up getting away with them. And the cops end up going into this Asian mafia's place and lighting everyone up with bullets, fam. Bear in mind, these cops are not going in there as officers. They're going in there as masked demons of some sort. They got hockey masks and they just killing everybody in that building. And this character called Charlie, who happens to be the son of a powerful political figure, politician, like I said, gets caught in the crossfire, and he witnesses this brutal crime, and he gets to see some of the faces of these police officers, and he's just running from it for his life, trying to get a passport, get out of the country, and of course, he could easily just run to his father, who's a politician, but he hates his father's guts because he feels like his father betrayed him when his mother was ill in her deathbed. Apparently, the father switched off, the oxygen machine, killing the woman, basically committed the act of euthanasia. So the son hates the father for that reason, and the father wants to protect the son, but the son wants nothing to do with the father. And bear in mind, the father is somewhat of a criminal who happens to be a politician, like all politicians and criminals. And the son deals with crime as well, and with this whole drug dealing thing. Anyway, since Charlie's caught in the crossfire, my man Walker goes to Charlie's father, has a conversation with him, who's somehow, gets the story going, because he's like, I want you to get my son out because your son is involved in this. He's like, if I get your son out, no more deals, no more helping you. You stay the fuck away from me. We're no longer doing this shit together. So Detective Walker goes on the rampage. He goes on the loose. He goes rogue, basically, trying to save this kid, Charlie's life, and his friends and all that. And there's a snitching bit of a friend there. So the whole story is like that. He's trying to save him. So, but the problem is you have to bear in mind, this is a story court where Walker has to navigate a city riddled with crime, betrayal, dirty cops who just want to kill him, basically. And he's trying to bring this kid to his father, where cops are trying to kill him, corrupt cops are trying to kill him, and this Asian mafia family are trying to kill him for the alleged reason why their son or their crime son is murdered in a way, because this Asian lady shows up and she just brings havoc to the scene. She's on a revenge path because her son gets murdered during this whole fiasco. But this is not just some sort of simple rescue mission. Walker has to go in deep. He uncovers deep conspiracies. He finds out his cop friends are fucking pigs, fam. Let me not spoil that. So he finds out there are corrupt police officers, corrupt officials, they're ruthless gangsters who themselves are corrupt, betraying their gangster code in a way. Basically, it's him trying to save someone whose the whole system is up against him, and the whole system is basically rigged or designed to crush this young man, to silence him, to murder him. So he basically fights his way, with every step getting more grittier, more bloody, more enemies and foes. You think someone is a friend, they're an enemy. It's just chaotic. So it's non-stop action all the way. For me, this is one of the biggest strengths of Gareth Evans in delivering a compelling story. Like I said, he directed this. So there's exceptional choreography in the fighting sequence. It feels raw. It feels like, oh my God, this is possible. And it's just non-stop action packed. Now, some key moments with the action or the action highlights of the film. There's this whole nightclub massacre where everyone fucking dies in a nightclub, fam. I think that's one of the film's best moments. Walker takes down a wave of enemies. Chaotic. Just a brawl, fist fight, bottle kicks, knives. It's just chaotic, fam. And then when you're just thinking he's fighting cops, a bunch of Asians show up, and he's trying to save someone who doesn't want to be saved by him, so he's beating people. It's just beautiful. Then there's the hospital showdown, where there's a whole confrontation. Walker's partner finds out people are doing dirty things, and she does her job. There's a whole fight with this guy. She grabs him. A dude shows up at a hospital, just offs a guy who just survived a coma, offs his wife, and then the camera just does detail to the wounds. And there's this whole thing with this film where people are overusing their shots, fam. Like when you look at the final betrayal, the final brawl, fam. Just yikes. Like they shoot a person 2 times and you think they'll stop? No. Dude's emptying mags on a person. Like, whoa. This is gruesome. This is grotesque. There's a scene where they zoom into a fella. He probably has 10 holes in his upper torso. And he's got a couple of more shots on his face. All from one person. It looked like that boy's body got through holes from different locations, but one person was just emptying a mag on him, using Uzi on top of Uzi on a brother. So if you're looking for action, this film got it soon, got it in abundance, fam. So, story is epic. It's really epic. And you get to see where the betrayal is. There's betrayal on all sides. There's no good cop or no good. A lot of deaths take place, but it's brilliant. I say go watch it. Now let's look at the character arcs and some of the performances. Tom Hardy as Walker. He's grilled, world-weary detective who fights his way through the city through something I don't think anyone would survive, through sheer determination of just getting out of a thumb of a politician, basically. His performance is both intense and physical, which makes every punch, every kick, every gunfight feel real. There's a heaviness to him. It's not like he's fighting everything like he's a professional fighter. It's every fight he's in, it's like a person clinging on to life with everything around him trying to knife him down, kick him down, shoot him down, just trying to annihilate him, grenade him down, basically. And he somehow finds a way to survive. And then you look at Charlie, the politician's son. He's initially a victim. But as the story unfolds, you see he's a larger piece in the conspiracy. He somehow starts this. His action starts the story. His theft of the drugs. His murdering a police officer with a washing machine by throwing it off a truck into a moving vehicle when the police are in pursuit of him and his crew. Technically, he doesn't do that. One of his crew members does that. But his action being the ringleader of that crew lead to this whole massacre. This film shouldn't be called Havoc. It should be called Massacre. Because that was a fucking massacre, fam. Then you got this crime syndicate family. Relentless, calculating. They're just out here shooting people, asking questions later. Of course, there's a moment where I felt like they lost the ball. Where this syndicate crime boss lady is like, this man, because your son seems innocent in this crime of my son's death, and they seem like they used to be friends, but because of your son's actions, my son is dead. Now I can't kill your son because he's innocent in some way, and people are trying to kill him. So I want him to feel pain that I felt. So I want you, sir, to shoot your son's girlfriend. And that's when you see the most emotional part for me about the film. I'm not saying when that Asian lady cried about her son dying wasn't emotional. I'm not saying a lot of stuff that happened, like that lady seeing her husband in a hospital bed being lit up, being shot, and her being shot afterwards isn't emotional. Those scenes are emotional. I'm not saying when those cops saw that guy with the whole washing machine over his body are not emotional. But when you look at a son tell his father, I can't lose no one no more. If you want to kill my girlfriend, you're going to have to shoot through me. He's not saying you're gonna. He says shoot through me, father. And you see a father wanting to save his son. And the only way to save his son at that very moment is to kill the thing that his son loves. With the knowledge that if he kills this thing, or this person, his son will resent him for the rest of his life. He already hates him for pulling the plug on his mother. Now he's gonna hate you even more. Maybe enough to kill you himself. But you want to save your son. And then towards the final bits of the film, he does the most fatherly thing ever. I'm gonna let you find out that for yourself. So, like, this film, the odds are staked against Walker, and he somehow finds a way to end it. And of course, the ending itself is interesting. What happens to Walker, we'll find out. So, should you watch this film? Yes, this film is if you love UFC, I think you'll like this. Why? This is high octagon action, bro. It's gritty, it's bloody, it's gruesome. It's a thriller where I think Tom Hardy is in full beast mode. He's a monster. And then Gareth has done it in such a way, Gareth Evans, the director, has done it in such a way that it doesn't make Walker, aka Tom Hardy, seem like a superhero. Just a guy trying to survive against enormous odds. So the show is wonderful. While the story itself, it's not really groundbreaking. There's no need for Walker to go through all that. He could just say, fuck this, let your son down give a shit. The story isn't amazing, or the reason behind the action isn't wow. But the brutal fighting sequences, the relentless pacing, where it's fight after fight, greedy. And it's almost as if, where are these people coming from, fam? It's just like a bunch of people hurtling towards you like ants, and they dying one after the other, body on top of the other. It's just amazing. It's an adrenaline-fueled type of film. So, watch it. Grab your friends, grab your girl, sit by yourself with the popcorns and with your dinner plate, grab a whiskey, a cigar, I don't know. I want you to give this film your undivided attention. You're gonna love it, fam. You're gonna fucking love it. So is it worth the watch? You're damn sure it is. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. I could have given it a 9, but the story isn't that compelling or groundbreaking. But the action saved it. No, the action brought it home. I think if it was directed by somebody else and acted by a different actor, the story probably would have been rubbish. But because it's Tom Hardy, because it's Gareth Evans, the story is just grotesque enough, just gruesome enough, just relentless enough, just grotesque enough. Just, wow, that was gross. I can't believe he shot him 59 times. These niggas ain't hard like 50 Cent. Because them dudes were putting holes through them. And then there's that scene, I'm spoiling this. There's that scene, I don't know what to call this, an arrow or those things that people often use in movies to make zip lines. You shoot it, it's attached to an arrow, you shoot it from one side to the other, and it's got a long rope attached to it. Walker kills a woman that way, like by putting that arrow through a woman's body, fam. And it just sticks to the wall, a wooden wall. He's holding the other end of this crossbow. This lady is dead, fam. But she's standing upright because she's on a thread, fam. On a string, on rope. Gruesome. Beautiful. Just delicious. Delicious film. Watch it, my friend. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, thank you for watching. As always, remember to check out my Anyway, with that being said, hit the comment section. Tell me some of your thoughts. How do you think the story could have been improved? What's your favorite bits about the story? What do you think about Tom Hardy's performance? Awesome film. Really awesome. Anyway, adios. Now that was entertaining. Please let us hang out yet another time. Remember to like and subscribe. Adios, folks. Adios.